Hello everyone, my name's Zenitsu, and I'm back with another Digimon video. So today I am going to be showing off the Hina Dragons deck that did get support in the recent set, which is going to be EX07 Digimon Liberators, and I think that a lot of the new cards really go to help what the deck is doing, and I think that the deck is actually a really fun deck to mess around with, just because it is, well, a deck that tries to lock the opponent out of specific plays and has some really good plays and setups of its own when you get there. So let's just try to dive into some matches and see exactly how this deck kind of functions, and then at the end I'll go over everything and kind of show you what I'm currently working with. So it looks like the opponent is going first. They're debating if they want to mulligan, even though I don't have Hina in my hand, because the deck really does need and like Hina. I think this is a fine hand, just because I do have my 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then I even have a backup 6. So I'm liking the position that I'm currently in, so let's go ahead and keep this. So what are we playing against? Flip over that egg. And it is going to be Royal Knights. So this will be an interesting matchup because they should be able to get over like some of my floodgate effects, which is a little bit on the unfortunate side, but I don't know if they're actually able, like if I'm like in a setup, able to deal with what my level 6s are doing. So they're just doing the classic first turn play, which is just to set up their Digimon. So I did find the Hina, so I could go ahead and Digivolve down here. I locked myself out of red memory boost, so that's a little bit on the unfortunate side. That does happen just because of the miscolors, but it is what it is. I'm not running a whole lot of them. So let's go ahead and set up the Hina because I'm just going to be Digivolving here. Otherwise, like, I would be able to use this to set up the Hina, but I have to do it the other way around because I can't exactly do that. So let's see what they're going to end up doing. They do suck in another egg. So now they have a decent stack going in their raising, which is how the deck works. So they're probably going to swing with this. I mean, it does have decoy for red and black, but there's no reason not to swing with it, just to get that free chip in, just to make their life a little bit easier on closing out games. And they're just going to go for the Purge. So does that mean I need to go into, like, this Floodgate effect is kind of useless. His when Digivolving effect is also kind of useless. So this whole, like, this particular metallic is just not going to be doing a whole lot. So I could opt to end up using Dorpic instead, so I'm not going to raise out just because I do need to try to keep this stack in the back just to try to promote some plays. So I could choke them at 1 and use Memory Boost to try to find a card, and that could potentially give me the reactive plays that I need with Dorpic, based on the card draws that I can see. So I do hit at least one target. That was at least good. It's unfortunate that now I'm never going to see heroes in this matchup. I don't know if I exactly need it. It would be nice, but just to have that extra 2000 DP, because they do have some pretty sizable bodies, but I do usually end up having a 15k level 6 out. So it's not the worst not seeing it, because it's just a red generic memory setter, and that's really all Hero is kind of doing for this deck. I don't know if there's like actually a better memory setter for this deck, but Hero is just generically good. So they're gonna hard play the Leopard, so this means I basically need to kill the Leopardmon. So do I actually have the ability to kill the Leopard? I might. So I could raise out, go 3, I could raise out, and then I could Evo for 3. Not use this effect. because I need to use it on Volcanic. But do I crack the memory boost? I don't think I do. They're just a pretty weird deck when it comes to their memory management, so this might work out in my favor. So now I am going to use this effect. That gets me my on play to delete his Digimon. The one huge thing about this matchup more specifically is you need to be able to kill their Digimon as they're playing them, then this literally doesn't do anything. Like, obviously, they're going to try to remove your Digimon, and that's the whole ebb and flow, but if they're unable to get Digimon into their inheritables, then they actually can't get to their win condition. Which, the cool thing is, this deck can kind of do, and it could kind of do it a little bit easier thanks to the Jazzer Richmon. So, it's definitely nice to be able to have good reactive plays. So they're just going to out my Digimon, and I'm going to say no. I'm going to end up playing a Metallic instead. And then there's nothing to de-digivolve, so that doesn't do anything, but it just keeps the body around and makes it very hard for the opponent. So I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can end up door bricking. But unfortunately, I don't have the DP to be able to delete their Digimon. Not unless I see, like, another Vorvomon or something. So maybe that's one thing I need to take note of with this deck. So that's going to be able to give his Digimon blocker, which is going to lock out my Metallic, which is on the unfortunate side. So Jazzer Rich is not what I need to see, so I'm going to throw that in Raising. Another Hina is not what I need to see either, because I really need to try to out this, like, right now. So I could try to dig. So, yeah, let's go digging. Try to find the card that I need, not the card that I need. I do get another Hina, but that's not really going to do me much good. So I could Digivolve here to be able to put him to 1, and then discard probably this one to be able to draw 2, so I could try to find something. It's unfortunate that I can't get rid of this Omnimon, because that would have been absolutely huge, but at least this will allow me to set up a Hina and draw cards and memory choke. So I did end up finding kind of the Vorvomon that I needed. Not exactly when I needed to see it, but let's go ahead and use the on-play effects. Because I am passing turn. We'll discard you to draw 2. Ooh, I would say that's really good right now, but it's not because I'm in Metallic. But I do get to set up another Hina, which is pretty big for the deck. Because the more Hinas I have set up, the easier things are going to be to perform, because I get to use all of my on-play effects as well as the when digivolving effects that they generally come with. So they do get to go to 3, they do get to absorb it, I lose the potential to actually out his ace, but I think I'm in still a pretty decent position. I do have the plus 2,000 here to be able to try to do something. They both are 13 play cost. I don't know if that's going to matter or not. We'll find out. And then I do have a Digimon coming out of Raising. So the big question is, what are they actually able to do? It doesn't seem like they have that great of plays. They could Royal Knights to play out the Omnimon that was just put in, just to be able to attack, kill my Digimon, kill both my Digimon, actually. Oh wait, no, it doesn't get the on play. So they're just electing to go for the Leopard play. So I know for a fact how the deck works. Leopard is usually the card that I need to kill. So that means this Dorpic is actually pretty easy to kill this Leopard. And then depending on... No, I'm at least going to have 3 memory guaranteed because of the 2 Hinas. So I'll always be able to potentially Dorpic. And then I could use the the Jezzarich to be able to use to switch the attack over to a Digimon that I need. So he is going to pop the Purge. What's he going to play out? That's the question. I mean, the easy answer is just to use Omnimon, and then that outs my field. So the blocker here doesn't really matter because Shoto gives it blocker, but that at least allows him to be able to kill my Metallic, which is not great. And unfortunately, well, I could still, depending on what else he plays, I could concede the Vorvo. Oh, he's not swapping attacks. Interesting. He's just passing turn, and then that does nothing. Okay. So I get to gain 2 memory, so now I'm at 5. That's a pretty decent amount of memory to work with. Ooh, that's pretty huge. So I am going to move this out. I'm not going to draw with it, though, because I need to use the cards in my hand to cross. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with the cross. So let's use Digimon from my hand first. So I'm going to use 1, a 2. Oh, right. I need to click it every time. A 3, a 4, and I could use the Metallic on my field, but I want to be aggressive. And so that means I'm just going to use this Metallic instead. So it is a little on the unfortunate side that I can't exactly kill his... Well, I mean, I could if I Evo here. So now I just swing with probably Metallic, just to get some card draws, see what happens. Ooh, that's not exactly what I wanted. Oh, this is fine, actually. Because now I get to play out a Volcano. And then that's going to kill the Omni, and then Overflow. Easy. So these are basically kind of just dead. So I might as well just Evo into... No, I need to save that. I'll just attack. 13, that's fine. This is a level 4, so I actually can Evo here, get a Digi on play, use, dig. These are pretty good options. I'll take the Lavogarati, so that way I can just continue to Evo. Oh, I might have been able to have searched twice. Ooh, that was my bad then. So I can Evo here. Oh, Ragna's pretty big, actually. Gain a memory. And then what's your on play? So your on play is just kill something small. So if he tries to kill this, I could actually Ragna here. That's crazy. And then I could just hard play a Lavogarati just to dig. I could attack, but I know my Digimon's just going to die. So let's just put him to 2. Because I could just play out another Hina. I just don't really have a reason to. At least this can help dig for some cards. Because otherwise I'm putting him to 3. So yeah, let's just go digging. And... oh, I get to return the Metallic to my hand. So that way I could choose what I need between volcanic and metallic on this. Even though I think most of the time... I think I need to reread this, because doesn't this let me choose it from my trash as well? Oh, from my hand. This is specifically from my hand. Okay. So is this one specifically from trash? Yeah, this one's specifically from trash. Okay, so adding the metallic was the correct play, because if he outs the volcanic, that means I get to play the metallic out. So this works. So it is unfortunate that I lost those two Digimon. That becomes a blocker. I'll gain some memories. Alright. And now we are going to be in the fun position because I can either Crimson Ace here, or I could try to line up a Ragna play. I think I'm going to go for the Ragna play just because I think that's funnier. So that outs his weakest thing. He could choose to take the attack or just die. I'm hoping he blocks. Just for the fun of it. Like, I think they're in the position where they realize that this is kind of just a void card. Like, it's not doing anything, and I've successfully kept him out of his entire game plan. He hasn't really been drawing a lot of cards, so it's been very hard for them to actually have good responses to what I'm doing. And the fact that this has basically nothing means that his primary Omnimon win condition is offline. So this is perfect, because this dies. I get to use this effect to play out this from my hand, and now I have two Digimon to DNA into Ragnalord and win the game. So that's cool. I will attack security with this. Beautiful. And then let's go ahead and DNA. Into win condition. So that kills that for free, trashes his security, and I could attack. Easy. Yeah, the new cards having resilience to play out the other one really makes it easier to not only just use high-level aces, but it also makes it easier to just DNA with as well into Ragna. And because you could build a large stack with Dorbrick, that just makes it a really good target to be able to just utilize Ragna. Ragna is a little bit on the harder side to search for, so I could keep this hand. I don't know what my opponent's playing. I'm going first, so I at least have Fireball or set up Hina, or I could even just... no, I don't think I could do that. So I can't do that. Well, this lets me play a Hina, right? No, this just digs for Hina. Okay. So I could keep this hand because I have the Ragnalord, but let's just mulligan it just to try to get a better one. So I do have at least Vorvo into Jazz or Larvo, and then I could Hero as well. So I do have some good early plays. I did find the Hina, so instead I'm going to elect to use Hero. It is a little bit more memory, which can be annoying, especially against Mother Control. With Birds, I'm so confused now. By trashing, I'm just very confused. Oh, it's Fanglong. Okay, that's the secret. It's just red Fanglong. So I could move out. That allows me to then Digivolve probably into a Larvo. Just for the DP? Or do I want... No, I'll take the DP during the opponent's turn. I found the Rag anyway. I'll play out the Hina. And then I could Evo into here, delete his Digimon. And easy. So now he can't use the start of main. I mean, this deck could just also be running Shoto just because it could. There's no reason for it not to. So this is pretty easy for me to out because I did draw into the Volcanic. So unfortunately, I don't have a rookie, at least not yet. So let's Digivolve into Volcanic. Still no rookie, but I will activate the on-play effect. Unfortunately, this is another deck where it kind of just dodges my Floodgates, which is slightly unfortunate. But what can you do? So I will give myself the extra DP, make myself 17. Guarantee I live through basically everything. I can't delete Mother. Oh, is he gonna ace me? I guess he's acing me. Louis, that literally did nothing. I get a draw. That was a good card draw, though. Ooh, another Hina. So I'm actually just going to hard play this Jazzerich just because of the D-Digivolve here. And then Overflow. There. Not so bad. So what is next for them? I don't have an ace, unfortunately, but I at least can use this, like raise out, use this to try to dig and go up into a Lavagorati. Just the dig alone is going to be good enough to try to find the metallic, because that's basically the only thing I'm kind of missing at this point. So it's interesting that they didn't choose to block, because then that would have outed my Digimon, assuming that, I think that was a mistake, but anyway, assuming that they don't know that I have the metallic. So now I am, oh, well, I found the metallic anyway. So I could swing, try to ace bait him. That is a thing that I can do. So let's go digging first. That's when attacking. I do have enough memory, so I don't need to exactly use the Hina for this, or for like the metallic. So I am going to use the Hina here. Oh, I don't have any cards. That was a bad Hina. So he could easily out this, but then I just double Digivolve, right? And I still kind of just out his field. So I'll take the ace bait, see what ace he's got. Juquao. So that would kill my attacker, which is unfortunate, because I would have liked to draw cards there. But now I just metallic to to get its when digivolving. I still can draw here. And then I get a D-Digi. I think he gets to ace again. And then I could Ragna this. Delete his Digimon. I don't know if it's enough checks, though. I don't think my stack was big enough. One. I get to draw a card. I don't care. So now exactly what do? I think I just draw. Like, I think I just memory boost. Find all not red cards. That's unfortunate. So I should have fireballed, then memory boosted, but hey, what can you do? And then fireball. 2 pretty good cards. Yeah, because playing a rookie would just give him more memory, and that's something I didn't want to do. So now he's got to deal with this. It's not really that threatening, to be honest. It's more annoying than anything. Yeah, I think I literally was like, what, 1 card away from my stack to be able to just insta-kill him? I mean, this card could also double attack, so if they don't have any good defenses, I literally just swing, unsuspend, swing again. So this is fine. So what do they have to do? They just have to play a blocker, but I guess they just don't have. So now they just have to have a good ace, which they might not have. So let's just, I mean, I could just win on the spot because I have Gallantmon Crimson. Because I'll have enough memory to do it. Let's just do it. Like, just win on the spot. Sure, I go to 0. That's annoying, but this just makes me auto-win. Because they could Genai, bring out the mother, and then... Oh, there's the Shoto. A little on the late side there, but that's okay. It's not like these mothers would do anything anyway. There. Easy peasy. Let's go again. All right. This is an okay hand. I wish I was going first, but that's fine. We'll keep. Because I do have the Ukomon to search, to dig, to draw. That can get me a decent amount of cards seen. Then I could set up Hero or Hina. And then I have a level 4 and 5 for when I find a proper level 3. So it looks like they're just going to Uko me. So instead I am... Ooh, that's really good because now I don't have to dig for that. So I'll still Uko here. And then I'll Hina. Having the Fireball would have been nice just to choke and draw. But I could use Fireball to kill the Uko. So it is going to be blue hybrids. So this is going to be a pretty decent matchup, I guess for me, kind of, because I get to, like, if I get my floodgates out, then that's going to be insanely important. So they do have the 3-cost tamer, so that way they could get their draw here. That's not good for me. Doorbrick definitely is not that great for me. And then they're just going to dig and set up. So they only have the Ancient to take, but that's probably the card they wanted anyway. And then they set up the memory boost. So this is not that great of a position for me. I get a dig. None of these are great, so I'm going to take the Jazzardmon because at least like out of raising he could kind of do something good. Hatch, because I might need to use this to search. So Evo down here. Oh, I could just hard play Hero. So I could draw with this and then Hero. I live. And then Hero to not get memory choked. Because my other option was search and Fireball, like just to get some card draw. Maybe that was the correct play. So unfortunately I did lose that ace because it was a security threat. So now he's going to try to wombo combo me. Oh, he misplayed. Oh, no, he's just going to do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah. That puts me at more memory, but it does it the old-fashioned way. Ooh, that's huge. All right. So I will use this effect to trash one of my level 5s. Right? Yeah. To trash a 5, to draw a card, and gain a memory. I want to have as much memory as possible because I need to de-digivolve here. So I am going to... Oh, I have the options. So I think like my effects and stats don't really matter. So I think going here is probably correct. I'm not going to use this effect because I need to use it on my level 6 or at least my level 5. So this is on play de-digivolve. This is de-digivolve 4. So he's not suspended, so I probably would de-digivolve 4. And then this makes it so they can't digivolve. So they could still name digivolve. So I'm not going to use that. And I'm just going to go here. To trigger this to de-digivolve 4. So I am just going to go full. So that does give him a lot of memory, set him back into a tamer. But this puts me in a pretty good position. Because hopefully he can't digivolve this. So it's a good thing I put the kill low-level Digimon here. So he could still get a free Evo. Which is unfortunate. And I have not done nearly enough damage to control the field. So I need to start applying a lot of pressure. Ooh, that's really good. So this is the on-play. Okay. So let's go ahead and start off by swinging. I'll kill his Digimon. I will use this just to give me the extra DP. Might as well. So I basically just need to put him to what? To 1? And then they can't do anything? Yeah. So if I put him to 1, then they can't do anything. Ooh, another Hina here is good. So I'm just going to play out you. I'm going to use the on-play effect here to discard you. Oh, I meant to discard a Volcanic, not one of the level 5s. Oopsies. But him being at 1 with no memory setter or no ways to gain memory is really good of a position for me. This at least kind of snipes the Ancient. I do have the redirect. So I kind of have blocker here, so that's fine. Okay, so that's the dangerous Ukomon. So what does this Floodgate do? So I need to basically go into Volcanic here. So I'll move out, gain a memory, discard Volcanic. Oh, I mean, I guess this just works. So I'll use this effect. Discard a level 5. draw a card, and then I go into the level 5. I wish I could put him to 1 somehow. Because this does what? I mean, I guess they're going to have 2 memory no matter what I do. So this just locks down the Ukomon. So yeah, this at least just gives me more overall aggression. So do I need to use this? No. So do not use. I do get to stun the Uko, which is unfortunate because it still threatens another turn. Give it to this just to increase this card's chance of survival. That's especially bad. That's actually really bad for me. Because I could Fireball past turn or return to my hand. All my options, because of that memory booster, not very good. Because they could just win off of the memory boost now. This is what, at the start of main, so I need to keep this card around. So I could take the risk and swing here. And of course. Alright, so none of that even mattered. So I could Hina again, or I think I just develop another rookie, to be honest. Yeah, I'll just develop another rookie since they're going to go to 3 anyway now. So everything I did was just ruined. I hate it here. And let's see if they can kill me, because I thought I was in a really good spot. So they can't raise the Ukomon, but they should have enough memory to just triple hybrid me, or Evo up and then hybrid for game. So yeah, they do have full combo. So now they get a Evo, Evo. So Evo for 0, Evo for 3. So they don't actually have enough to kill me then. Oh, they're doing it the old-fashioned way. Okay. But they die because no jamming. So I guess that worked out. Oh, no, they could just swing with... Yeah. And then if they just have another hybrid, they just swing here. Yeah. Okay. Unfortunate. And that's kind of the deck in a nutshell, and I do want to give a huge shout out to Nadar. He was a person that I played at a regional that basically gave me the idea to want to try this deck, because it did seem really fun in terms of what it was doing and how it could be built to incorporate lots of different gameplay elements depending on your personal playstyle and preferences. So I think that there was a lot of groundwork that he did initially, which I kind of took and used as a base and made a couple of small tweaks to get what you see here. So the deck is still, well, Hina Dragon Dragons deck, and it kind of just lives or dies based on you seeing your Hinas, because she makes all of your on plays into when Digivolves, and that's kind of the core gimmick of the deck in a nutshell. And we do have lots of really powerful and impactful dragons with on play abilities that we need to turn into when Digivolves to get max value out of our cards. Otherwise, we're only getting about half value out of our cards. It's just, I like the new EX7 cards because they're at least somewhat usable even with the absence of Hina. They're just obviously better with Hina. So the new level 6 dragons are really decent at having some good disruptive capabilities in terms of a floodgate effect to shut the opponent out of specific actions, while also having some really good removal attached to them and the ability to essentially replace themselves with the other one, so that way you could always maintain some sort of a board presence and body as much as possible. And the cool thing is this all turns effect does kind of combo off with Digicross because it is technically leaving the field. It's just being put underneath a Digimon, and that Digimon not being a new Digimon means that you could utilize that all turns ability with Digicross to be able to play out the other one. And that's kind of where the whole setup with Ragnarlordmon comes in, is because if you, let's just say, have a Volcanic on the field, Digicross into a Dorbrick, play out the metallic, well, you have your red, you have your black, and that allows you to DNA into a Ragnarlordmon, assuming the on-play of Dorbrickmon doesn't end your turn, which is why we kind of need the heroes and why I like the red memory boost, is to make sure that we have as much memory to not pass turn to make that type of a play as possible. And the fact that not only Ragnarlordmon is an alternative win condition, but Dorbrickmon is also a alternative win condition in of himself is just really nice. And the fact that the majority of the cards that I'm using are going to be mostly red means that red memory boost actually has a high chance of hitting specific Digimon we might be looking for. The only ones obviously it's not going to be hitting is Metallic, Jazzarich, Jazzard, Jazza, and Uko. So those are the only cards that red memory boost isn't going to hit, and that's why the ratios are more skewed towards the red side of things. And as far as a good alternative defensive card, because again, the deck doesn't really have that great of defenses, that's kind of why I like Gallantmon Crimson mode, because sometimes we're going to be sitting on some red level 6s, and that does give us the opportunity to potentially ace, on top of the fact that, well, I could still just hard play the ace to try to get some good removal going, especially if the opponent doesn't actually have a response for it. Then as far as kind of just the rest of the deck in a nutshell, Jazzarich is, again, the defensive backbone. Then that means Lavogorati is going to be the offensive backbone, and the old Lavogorati is just a good tempo tool, not only to have alternative ways to delete the opponent's Digimon, potentially play our Hinas, but gain us memory as well when we're in our higher stages. Then the Jazzardmon is going to be a good consistency tool, trying to have us draw some extra cards while also being a way to set up our Hina, as well as the Lavorvamon being able to pull cards out of our trash and also still have that way to set up our Hina. And the old Lavorvamon is going to be a good consistency tool, and the Inheritable is pretty decent at just removing some small bodies. It does come up from time to time, and that's kind of why I'm also running the EX7 Vorvamon, is because it's doing almost the exact same thing, except the Inheritable is DP gaining, but it's just another consistency tool. That's also why I'm running Ukomon, is again just more consistency, because it's one of the best early gameplays we could possibly play. And I'm only using the old Vorvamon because I kind of just have to, because of the skewed towards red, and well, it's not necessarily that it's that bad, it's just not the greatest card either. It's like a necessary evil, but it does make for good discard fodder with some of our black cards that are asking for discarding a Rock Dragon or Earth Dragon, which the old Vorvamon fits the bill. And the new Jazzamon is a fantastic card, and if not the best card to have in our raising area, because when we move it out, if we're digivolving up, then at the start of our main, we get to discard a card to basically draw one and gain one memory, which is a lot of extra tempo gain. And speaking of consistency, when it comes to red eggs, there is no better consistency tool than the BT14 Koromon. You could run a 5th egg if you really wanted to. I just found that it wasn't very helpful or impactful, and I want to see this card as much as possible, which is why I decided to just run only 4 eggs at the end of all of the testing. So I do think that this deck is a really fun deck, and it does have some potential. Even though it's not necessarily the greatest into the meta, it does have some plays that could really mess up and ruin the opponent's game plan and strategy, especially if they're not necessarily prepared for it or unaware of what some of your cards kind of just do in general, which I think is like the core strength to rogue decks like this. But feel free to tell me your thoughts about the deck down in the comments below, and while you're down there, make sure to like and subscribe so that way you could stay tuned for more videos. And if you found this type of video to be helpful and informative, make sure to ring that notification bell so you know when my next video goes live. And with that, I hope to see you all in the next video.